Virgo, I am your astrologer wonder girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, June 11th to Sunday, June 17th, 2018. Hey, before I get started, I did just want to mention one thing. The reason why I didn't mention this earlier is because it actually kind of came to me last minute. I wasn't really planning on doing this, but decided that I need to and that I should. And I'm going to do a live webinar on the new moon in Gemini, which is occurring this Wednesday. If you want to learn more about what the new moon is about, what it means for you, for your sign specifically, please do join me on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and 9:30 p.m. Pacific Time, where I am going to talk about new moon in Gemini and break it down by the signs. This to me is the first new moon in Gemini since Saturn left Sagittarius. That's important to me because because Gemini is the opposite sign of Sagittarius. So whatever is affecting Sagittarius will ultimately affect Gemini. I think with Saturn and Sagittarius for the past few years, even though it's no longer there, it was really all about traveling, doing something new, exploring. And while we were trying to do something new, even if it was not easy to do, I think we were neglecting some of the things closer to home. We were neglecting our mind, the way we think about things, integrating all of these new experiences into our life. And I think this new moon is saying, time to go back to the past, to retrieve some of the things that you forgot, that you neglected, to do them better this time around. With Mercury in Cancer in a sextile with Uranus, I think there's a real chance to get some good insights on what you need to feel more comfortable emotionally, to build more stability into your life in some way. However, I do think that some of these insights that you received could be a little bit uncomfortable, especially with Mercury in a square to Chiron at this time, and could be a little bit upsetting for your relationships and for your financial situations. Now that you're getting more of these insights, processing things more in the mind, going back to retrieve some things, your relationships are like, wait a second, I didn't know that this was going on. I didn't know that this was happening. I don't know how I feel about this. That could come in, or maybe a lot of things going on with finances again that could be uncomfortable at this new moon. So if you want to hear more about that, how to handle it, what it means for your sign, again, please click the link down below in my description box to sign up for that. It is on discount for my birthday. So I hope you all enjoy that, and I do hope that I will see you there. Now today, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to start in the middle of the week and then move from there, just because I think we got kind of like a little bit of an unusual alignment that is connecting to a lot on Wednesday. Okay, what that's going to be is going to be right here with Mercury moving into Cancer again on Wednesday, and that for you, Virgo, is going to be your 11th house of your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for the future. So I think what you're thinking about, Mercury rules the mind, you're starting to think a lot on Wednesday about, where is your life going? Where do you see your future going? What do you want for your future? What inspires you? Maybe also thinking a lot about what groups of people you want to associate with, or maybe associating with. Okay, so I think that's what's going on there. Now, as Mercury moves into Cancer in your 11th house on Wednesday, it is then going to sextile Uranus and Taurus. And Uranus and Taurus for you is going to be in your 9th house of something new and different that you have not done before. Now, I do like this. I like sextiles. I like the 9th house. I think what this can bring for you on Wednesday is a chance for you to see new goals, a new future for yourself, new possibilities, new groups of people. I think that's what's going on. An opportunity for you to either communicate about new people, about new groups, with new groups, or for you to get insights about what you need to do next, who you need to associate with next in a way that is very positive, all right? So I do like that, really helping you to see your life differently and envision other possibilities. All right, the challenge then comes a little bit after, on Thursday, because after Mercury makes this pretty sextile to Uranus in the 9th, it then squares Chiron here in your 8th house of changes and of endings and beginnings. So maybe you start to get a better picture here of something new for your future that's exciting, new people. You're either thinking about the future or talking to people. And maybe all of a sudden there's some uncomfortable feelings that come in. Maybe in order for you to let new goals in, let new dreams in, you have to change something. You have to end or begin something. You have to spend lots of money. Maybe you have to rearrange some of your deep, intimate relationships as the way that they stand right now. And maybe that's hard. Maybe you don't want to change. I don't want to change. Maybe this new thing's exciting, but do you really want it that bad? Maybe that's the kind of the conflict that comes up during the middle of the week. Okay, and needing to let yourself get excited about some new goals for your future, even if making the change is hard, even if you're unsure about whether or not this is what you really want, even if you have to rework some things, really needing to let yourself go there. All right, so that's what's happening. Now, shortly after this goes on Thursday and Friday, we then have Venus move into Leo, which for you is your 12th house of your insides, of your spirituality. I'm going to write insides, and also of the past. All right, so as you're thinking here about some new goals for your life, even if you have to make some changes that are uncomfortable, I think there's part of you that's also trying to figure out, okay, how can I get right with myself? There's been a lot going on. How can I be more whole in this crazy process of seeing a different life for myself? How can I overcome the past? How can I feel better internally, spiritually, at peace with my life? I think that's what's happening there, okay? As you're trying to figure out how to be more at peace with some new way that you see your life, there could also be some uncomfortable things that are coming in, because Venus is going to then square Uranus, a hard aspect, which Mercury is making a pretty one too. All right, and I think what's going on here is you see a big future for yourself that's better, but then now it's, how do I get comfortable with something new that I'm doing? You know, I definitely think that's it. You know, it's like there's some good opportunities for you, Virgo. There are different things happening for you that haven't happened in a while for you that should be new, that should be exciting. It's just maybe you don't want to make the change. Maybe you feel like it's a lot of work to do it. Maybe you're not sure if you want it. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. It's going to require you to do something new, to see yourself differently. You know, and I think that's the hard part for you from this chart, is like, do I really want to do this? Do I really have to? You know? Maybe I'm kind of excited about this, but I don't know, and it's just uncomfortable. I've never done this before, like, you know, maybe some attachments to the past. And I think this alignment is saying, look, I get it. Changing is hard. Changing who you are on the inside is hard, so that you can meet some new things for your life. But if you allow yourself to make the change, to transform yourself, to do some of the things that you need, it's going to help you in the end to have a life that hopefully is better for you and inspires you more, even if it doesn't feel like it right now, or even if you're still taking care of some things. All right, so that's what I want to mention there. Okay, especially with Venus too, making the trine to Chiron. Now, another thing that's going on while all of this is happening, I'm going to move to Mars on the South Node. And that for you, Virgo, is going to be your 6th house. Is that your 6th house? Yeah, it's going to be your 6th house of your job and your daily routines. Okay, so I think what's happening is you're seeing a new future for yourself, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't want to see this, even if there's a lot of changes you have to make in order to move forward, but you're seeing a new future, and maybe that means as a result your job has to change. What you do on the day-to-day has to change. What else? Your daily routines, how you work with your health, your physical existence. Maybe you have to rework some things there in order to let some new vision in for your life. And that could be just a little bit difficult for you to do. Maybe feeling like it's hard for you to change your life and the way that you want, in as big of a way as you want. Feeling frustrated about your job and your daily routines. But I think really needing to be patient as everything comes together. Really needing to be patient as all of these other changes in your life, especially changes that are happening in the mind, especially changes that are happening spiritually, start to manifest more outwardly. And maybe needing to take care of some old things with your job, old things in life. Take care of organizing your life in more of a physical way, things from the past, before you can start to feel like you can make progress once again, having more of the life you want, doing things on the day-to-day that are better for you. All right. And I think it's really just a matter of tying up loose ends when it comes to your job and your daily routines, so that you can let a new vision in for your life, even if you're unsure about what this new vision is and about where everything's going, or feel a little unsettled about it. Okay, so that's what I've got going on there. While that's happening, on Wednesday, we also do have a new moon here in Gemini, which for you, Virgo, is your 10th house of your career, your reputation, and your social standing. And I think this is really giving you fresh energy, new moons, new beginnings in your career, in your reputation, in your social standing, that I do like here, helping you to step into a newer, different reputation, or to feel better with the reputation, the career that it is that you do have. All right, so even if it feels uncomfortable for you to see your life differently, to associate with new groups of people, even if you don't know what you really want, I think there's a chance for you this week to start to see a different career, a different reputation, to feel much better about, to step into a new life direction than maybe you had prior to this. All right, so that's what's going on there. While that's happening, we also do have Neptune stationing, which for you is going to be in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So again, maybe there's some things with the other people in your life that you're having to work out. Maybe there's been a lot of things going on with relationships at the beginning of this year, and maybe you're just trying to get those in order, review some of the things with relationships that have previously happened to make sure that you've got the right people in your life, to make sure that they really resonate with you, to get some things in order. So I think as well you may be working some things out with relationships, okay? So that's happening. And then the last thing that I want to mention is going to happen on Saturday at the very end of this week. Mercury in an opposition with Saturn. And Saturn for you is in your 5th house of happiness, of love, of romance, also of passion projects, kids, and entrepreneurial ventures. And you may have to either make some choices and decisions or have some very serious conversations. Could be with other people, but could also be with yourself on Saturday of this week. I think what's going on, new goals for you, Virgo, new future. And now you have to figure out, okay, now that my life is going a different way, what really makes me happy? What do I need to be happy, to enjoy life? What does this mean now that I see my life going in a different direction for my romantic relationships, for kids, if you have any kids, for your entrepreneurial business, if you have one of those, okay? Maybe having to make some choices, decisions. Do I continue in this way? Do I not? How do I need to rearrange some things in my heart? The 5th house rules your heart. How do I readjust my heart? I see that a lot for you, Virgo. How do I readjust my heart? My desire to the life that I now have, or to the life that I'm now stepping into, even if it's not quite what I thought it would be. All right, and I think really needing to figure all of that out as you move forward, and needing to try your best that you can to emotionally get on board with some new vision, some new life, some new future for yourself that you're creating. Because I think if you can let yourself see things differently and do things differently than you have before, I think it is going to be positive if you can just not let some of these other things weighing on you get in the way. All right. Yeah, so that's what I've got for you there, Virgo. Your card for the week is the 8. It's the 8 of Swords reversed. Normally this card, when it appears, is one of your own perspective getting in the way about things. I don't know if that's, I mean, that's what I see in the astrology. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that that's a big thing. Maybe you're blinding yourself to the potential that's right in front of your eyes. I think this card is saying, like, open your eyes. Look at how beautiful this moment is. Look at how great opportunity and potential you have before you. I think that's what I see with Virgo's chart with this 9th and 11th house, is so much potential for the future. Maybe the past wasn't quite what you wanted, or maybe this life that you're living now, you don't know if it's going to make you happy, but I think this card is saying you need to stop blinding yourself. You need to stop telling yourself things in your own mind that do not serve your best interest, that are not true. If you're telling yourself something that's making you sad, that's making things worse, that's making you depressed, well, you're telling yourself something wrong, because the future, I think, is going to be very good for you. It's going to be very bright. It's just a matter of accepting that, of believing that, and allowing yourself to move forward. All right. Maybe as well with this card too, if you feel like it's hard for you to get the right perspective on your life, possibly maybe some conversations with other people might be able to help you get the clarity you need. Maybe other people might see things clearly, more clear than you do. And I think really needing to unburden yourself from anything that may be hurting you and holding you back, so that you really can step into the future. Sometimes this card too is one of unnecessary isolation. Maybe you're isolating yourself for no reason. I don't know, maybe you're like worried or upset that things didn't go the way you wanted, and maybe you feel like you need to spend time alone to punish yourself. I don't know. Maybe that's what you're feeling. But I think this card is saying, don't spend it alone. Don't spend it alone. Don't like wither away in secret and be upset alone. Talk to people. Other people can help you process things, get the right perspective, understand what's really going on, and I think allow you to see the future for as good as it really is. All right, so that's what I'm going to leave with you, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you liked it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.